The ThiEYE V5S is a budget GoPro style action camera capable of 4K video at 30 frames a second. Today's video is going to be a little bit different for us here at the MXQ project. We're going to unbox this camera, run through a few of the features, and then show you some test footage that we've taken with it, and just kind of see whether this budget camera is going to be worth your time and money. My name's Scott and you are watching the MXQ project. So let's get this ThiEYE camera unboxed now, shall we? The packaging's quite nice, it comes in a nice box, it's very well made. It's very plain, but it's very well made. Now let's get this camera out here. As you can see, it has got the waterproof casing already fitted to it, which is good, and it feels very sturdy and very nice. It's a very small device, but it feels well built and sturdy, like it's built to last. And you can just see it there. Next up, let's just remove this useless piece of foam, always nice to have. And here we have the instruction manual. It's a very thick manual. It's actually quite a useful one for a Chinese device. It tells you everything you get in there and how to use it. Also explains how to use the app, which we'll get into a little bit later. Now let's take a look in here at the accessories that we get with this. Now here's one of the mounts that it comes with. It comes with a few bits and pieces to mount it to various things. I'm not sure what that one is just now, but we'll get into that a bit later again. Here we have a sticky pad, which has a mount on it as well, so if you wanted to stick it to something just quickly, that would work for that. We also get a spare door for the waterproof casing, which is good in case it gets damaged or it starts letting water in. Hopefully it won't. Another mount here. This is to mount it to your car dashboard or anything like that. We can set that up if you want to set it up as a dash cam. Here we have an adapter ring for the lens filters, which I'll show you in just a second. You need those to attach those, and we have some more sticky pads just here, just to mount it to various things just quickly and on the fly. And we have a cleaning cloth as well here for the lens and the screen. And we also have another mount piece as well. We'll figure out how all those go together as we move on. And here are the filters you get. You actually get a CPL filter and a UV filter as well with this camera, which is great to have. So we'll test those in just a little while. And you can see that one just there. And last but not least, we have a ThiEYE carry case for the camera and all its gubbins. So this ThiEYE V5S action camera can record standard video at 1080p at both 30 and 60 frames a second, but it can also go up to 2K and even 4K video quality at 30 frames a second. You've also got slow-mo functions on there, so you can record slow-motion video at 1080p at 60 frames a second, or you can set it to 720p and record a really impressive 120 frames per second. It also comes with a nice wide-angle viewed lens on this camera, which has a field of view of 170 degrees, so you're going to be able to capture lots of things going on around you. It also has a 2-inch LCD display on the back, which is really nice and crisp, and we'll show you again a little bit later on. And you can also set a Wi-Fi function on this, so you can actually connect to an app on your Android or iOS smartphone and control the camera from there. Now, another great feature of this as well is the ability to use it as a dash cam. So you could mount this up to your dashboard in your car or van or anything like that, and use it as a dash camera. There's even a car mode within the settings. So it's really a versatile device, and now we're going to take a little bit of a look at the Wi-Fi connectivity and the iOS and Android app. So as I previously mentioned, the ThiEYE comes with a function to connect to Wi-Fi, if we just turn it on here, and connect it to an app that you could download on your iOS or Android device. So if we power the device on now, and we press the up button on the side of the camera as so, it will allow us to enable the Wi-Fi function, which will then give us the name of the connection we need to find on our phones and the password to connect to it. So let's jump over to the phone now and connect up to the app and see if it all works. So now what we need to do is come over to the settings on our smartphone and connect to the camera. What it's done is created its own Wi-Fi connection that we can connect to on the phone. It's just called ThiEYE. We just go on here and enter the password and connect to the camera. Now what we need to do is we need to go over to the ThiEYE app, which you can download via a QR code in the instruction manual, or you can just search for it on your App Store or the Google Play Store. Then when we open this up, we just simply hit connect, and it will connect to the camera, and we should be able to see everything that the camera is seeing on the smartphone. What we can also do here is look through some of the various options and change the camera options remotely from the phone, and we can also record and save videos, and then we can transfer those videos straight to our smartphone rather than keeping them on the SD card. So in theory, with this feature, you should be able to do things like attach the camera to a drone and be able to control your recordings and everything like that from the ground. So let's move on now and let's take a look at some of the footage that we've taken with this camera. We're going to look at some 1080p footage at both 60 and 30 frames a second, and we're going to look at some of the slow-mo footage as well, and then move on to some of the dashboard footage.
Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
So we've looked at some of the camera footage itself. Let's have a look at the accessories we get with it now. Now this is the waterproof case that it comes with. It's very secure, very sturdy and well built. As you can see, it didn't let a drop of water in, so if you wanted to be filming underwater or out in the rain or something like that, it's going to be absolutely perfect. Now this little mount on the bottom as well is fully flexible. You can turn it right around 360 degrees. It also comes with a bicycle mount as well, so you can stick that on your bike and film yourself riding along as you wish. Now here we have a self-adhesive mount as well, so you could attach this to a camera or something, and it comes with a quick release arm as well. Also fully flexible, can be turned around and positioned and maneuvered very easily. Just slides in like that, and to release it we just squeeze and pull, and there you go, quick as you like. We also have here a small tripod mount as well, so you can attach your action camera to a tripod or something if you wanted to do that, which is good. We also got some spare adhesive strips here for that adhesive mount as well, so you've got a few spare if you wanted to stick it to a few different things, or maybe the adhesive is wearing a bit thin. So there we have the ThiEYE V5S action camera. Now I have to say, for a device of this spec, it is a very, very good buy and a very, very good piece of kit. You can pick one of these up for around $82 US or around £64 if you're here in the UK. Now this device has some really good specs going for it. You can shoot in 4K quality, which a lot of devices, especially the cheaper ones, you're not going to be able to get that sort of functionality for that price. Now, the thing with 4K that you need to bear in mind as well though, is that this camera runs off a very small 12 megapixel sensor. Now, if you were shooting on a really expensive video camera or DSLR that could handle 4K, chances are you're going to get a much bigger sensor with a much bigger megapixel resolution. Now, you're still going to get really good quality 4K video, I imagine, on this device, but it's not going to be good as, say, watching a 4K movie, so just bear that in mind. Also, SD cards are going to be an issue as well. You need to have at least a class 10 SD card, and a very fast one at that, if you're going to be recording 1080p video at 60 frames a second and beyond. So if you're going to be recording 1080p or 2K or 4K, you need to be buying a fast SD card to run with this machine. Now, I mentioned in the start of the video that the ThiEYE camera comes with two separate filters that you can use, the CPL filter and the UV filter. Now, ThiEYE actually feature these quite heavily in their marketing for their cameras, but although we shot some test footage with each of them, when we looked at the footage back and reviewed it and we looked at it side by side with regular footage, there was absolutely zero difference. So whether or not we're in the right area to be able to test these properly, maybe not, but at the moment I can't see much benefit of using each of them. So at the end of the day, the V5S action camera is a really versatile and really cool piece of kit. it costs around $82 or £64 if you're here in the UK, so for that price you're going to get loads of functionality and loads of great features. We had it doing a myriad of different things, like we had it as a dash cam, we were filming underwater, and we took some slow-mo footage as well. Now, one thing about the slow-mo footage is that at 1080p at 60 frames a second, the slow-mo works really well. It's really crisp and clear, and it produces a really nice image. But at 720p at 120 frames a second, it leaves a lot to be desired. The footage can be very grainy and just not very detailed, so maybe avoid that feature if you're planning on buying one to do some slow-mo videos. Battery life is great as well. You get about 2 hours overall, so overall it's a very versatile device. It's a really cool device, there's loads of great features, and you're not going to get a much better camera at that sort of price point. It's going to be ideal for someone that wants to buy their first action camera and wants to take it out and about with them and do all that kind of stuff with them. It's going to be ideal for you. The one kind of negative I do have to say is that it doesn't come with a great deal of accessories. We saw it come with a couple of different mounts, but that's about it. We could have done with it come in with maybe some straps for a head strap or something like that, or something to mount it to your body, as you would probably do with these action style cameras. But unfortunately it didn't come with that. They're not going to be expensive to pick up, but it'd be nice if it was bundled in there with that price. But this brings us to the end of the video, so I really hope you've enjoyed this review and I haven't babbled too much. So if you did like it, leave me a comment in the description and give me the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, that's absolutely fine as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, come over to the Facebook group, follow us on Twitter at MXQ Project. We've also got the website going at the moment, mxqproject.com, so there's loads of reviews, tutorials and tips going on over there. And I've been Scott, you have been watching the MXQ Project, and I shall see you in the next one.